I never believed that silence could destroy a relationship. I thought it would take something big, like cheating, lies, or a painful confession. But I was wrong, because sometimes relationships don't end with a bang. They end in silence, in distance, in the slow disappearance of someone who is still physically there. And I only realized it when my wife looked at me one night, like I was already a stranger. What happened after that changed everything I thought I knew about love. My name is Ethan, and I was 31 years old at the time. I worked as a junior architect, long hours, average pay, but I loved designing spaces people would actually live in. My wife, Melissa, worked in a corporate office. She was more organized than me, more disciplined, always chasing goals. We had been married for 4 years, and for a long time, I thought we were stable. Not perfect, but stable. We had routines, shared meals, weekend plans, small arguments that always ended in laughter. At least, that's what I believed. It started with something I couldn't immediately explain. Melissa stopped asking about my day. Not all at once, just slowly. Short replies replaced conversations. Her laughter became rare around me. At first, I told myself she was just tired from work, but deep down, I started feeling it. Something had changed, and I wasn't part of it anymore. The phone became a barrier. She would tilt it away when I sat beside her. Notifications she never used to hide were suddenly private. She started staying late at work more often, and when she came home, she felt distant, like she had already left emotionally somewhere else. I asked her once if everything was okay. She smiled and said, "Just tired. Nothing to worry about." So I stopped asking. That was my first mistake. One night we were sitting in the living room, no conversation, just the TV playing in the background. I looked at her and realized something unsettling. She wasn't really there with me, not emotionally, not mentally. It was like sitting beside someone who had already moved on, quietly, without telling you. Then her phone lit up. She grabbed it instantly, too fast, too practiced, and in that moment, I knew something was wrong. Later that night, while she was in the shower, I saw it, a message preview. "I still can't believe we almost got caught last night." My heart didn't race immediately. It froze. Because betrayal usually feels like fire, but this felt like ice, cold, quiet, certain. I didn't even scroll. I didn't need more proof. Something inside me already understood. I waited 2 days before saying anything. I needed to be sure I wasn't imagining it. When I finally asked her, I didn't accuse her. I just said, "Are you seeing someone else?" She stopped what she was doing, and for a moment, the entire room felt still. No denial, no confusion, just silence. Then she sighed and said, "I didn't mean for it to happen." That sentence told me everything. She said it started as emotional comfort, someone at work she could talk to without judgment, someone who noticed her when she felt invisible at home. And slowly, boundaries disappeared, not in one decision, but in many small ones. And listening to her, I realized something painful. It wasn't one moment that broke us. It was hundreds of moments I didn't notice or didn't respond to. I didn't scream. I didn't argue. I just sat there quietly, trying to understand when I stopped being enough. But then I realized something else. That wasn't the right question. The real question was, when did we stop trying to understand each other? Because betrayal doesn't start with someone else. It starts when two people stop talking and call it normal. She moved out 2 weeks later. No dramatic goodbye, no final argument, just quiet separation. Like everything had already been decided long before that night. After she left, the apartment felt strange, not painful, just clear. And in that clarity, I learned something I didn't expect. Sometimes losing someone doesn't destroy you. It shows you where things stopped being real. And once you see that, you can't unsee it. So I'll ask you the same question I still think about sometimes. If you realize the person you love was already emotionally gone, would you fight to bring them back? Or would you accept it and let go? Let me know what you think.